Good morning to you. Happy Thursday. This is the day the Lord has made. I will forever rejoice and be glad in it. Y'all, it's starting to get dark. It's starting to stay darker longer. What I realized this morning, y'all, first of all, today is Testimonial Thursday. But I want to say this right here again. I've said it before this morning. I want to say it again because it's something that I have been noticing. We are not in normal times. The large gatherings and the things that y'all want, that people want to do, it's not safe to do right now, especially not right now. I see on my timeline, 1 minute they're having a great time, at an event or have an event at their place, and the next thing you know, they're in the hospital asking for prayers. So we got to use our common sense when it comes to this virus and what's going on. Like some stuff you can't do. You cannot do. Your health is your wealth. You got to take care of you. Also, and the people that are around you and the people that are in your home. So, it's not about you wanting to have fun and want to do all these things that you cannot do during these times. This Delta variant is aggressive. You see it. And I just wanted to get that off my chest because I see 1 minute they're having fun, next minute they asking for prayers. We got to do things that make sense, especially during these times. That's all I'm gonna say on that. But today is Testimonial Thursday, and what I want to share with you all is the stuff that I do, the stuff that I talk about. People in my, from where I'm from, they don't do that. They're just not gonna. They're not gonna do what I do, and I don't expect them to. Growing up, we were taught to not say anything, to keep whatever happens in the house, stay in the house. You don't tell your business to nobody. You don't do that. You just keep stuff yourself. Don't you say nothing. You go to somebody's house, don't you tell none of my business. Don't you say nothing, right? We're taught these things, right? We're taught these things. Also, and in the same breath, we're taught if somebody touch you, you let me know. You say something. But also, and don't you tell them my business. Don't you say nothing. So it's so confused. It's just a bunch of big confusion growing up when it came to sharing and telling things that were going on with you or things that you have seen. It's like, oh, it's shame. It's shame. And you don't want anybody to know, right? You keep it to yourself and you start being sick. You start having anxiety attacks. You start being stressed out, depressed. And you're holding on to all this stuff on top of that, right? So, needless to say, I am not that person. I'm going to share and share and share because the things that I've went through, the things that I'm going through, they are lessons for somebody else. So they don't have to go through those things. And they can know that, even if they did that, even if they're going through it or they've been through it, guess what? I'm an example. Use me as an example of, I can do it too. I can share with somebody too. I can tell somebody too, right? And I remember when I shared my first video, and my ex contacted me. He was like, "Oh, you talking about me? Huh? You talking about me?" I was like, "What?" This is my experience. When you share your experience and it involves other people, they gonna feel some kind of way. And you know what? I'm all right with that because it's my experience, and nobody gets to tell me what I experienced with them. Like me and you can be at the same place, and you know what? Having a different experience. Me and you can be going through the same thing at the same time, having a different experience. Nobody gets to tell you how you experienced that. Okay, so I was like, whatever. I never stopped. That in itself could have stopped me. I could have been like, you know what? I ain't doing no more videos. I ain't talking about it no more because so and so think this and so and so say this. I don't care. I don't worry about what people say and what people think, as you should know. If you don't know, now you know. I don't worry about what people say and what people think because my truth is my truth, and I'm not gonna hold it in any longer. When I was doing my book, my editor was like, "You sure you want to say this? You sure you want to say it?" This is what happened to me. I am not afraid or ashamed to tell it. I'm not. And I know back in the days, these are things that our parents and our ancestors were taught. Not to say anything. Don't you tell nobody my business. Don't you, and then you live in this hell inside of you. You got all this stuff going on inside of you, and it's literally driving you crazy. That's what it is. It's driving you crazy. You got all these issues, all these health issues because of things that you're just holding on to. And when I tell you, the more you talk, the more you release it, the better you will feel. You don't have to do it the way I do it. Write it out, burn it up, put it in a journal, do something to get it out of you, because it literally makes you sick. And there's so many people that contact me, privately, like, man, I really needed that story. I really needed it. And that's why I do what I do, because it's bigger than me. The things that you go through are bigger than you. We think, oh, this happened to me, I ain't gonna tell nobody but a guy. I promise you, I put my life on it, that what happened to you happening to somebody else, or is happening to somebody else. And they need you to show up, and you to share, and you to show them that, guess what? I'm all right. That happened to me, but that's not who I am. So many things happened to me. So many people said things about me. So many things were done to me, but that's not who I am. And I don't let those things define me. I don't let people define me with the names that they call me or may call me. I don't let nobody define me. God made me, and I'm special. I am special. He took his time when he made me. So a devil in hell can't tell me otherwise, right? I am telling you. The moment I opened my mouth, I said, you know what? I'm not going to hold back any longer. I'm not going to be quiet and shy as people think. That's the label they gave me, and that's the label, I owned. You don't have to own what they call you. You don't have to own the names that they call you. You don't have to own the things that they say about you. Yes, I did some horrible things, but it's not who I am, and it's not who you are. Don't let people define you by their perception of you. Don't let people define you by their perception of you, because a lot of times it's stuff that's going on with them that they're projecting on you. It ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm telling you, it has nothing to do with you. And once I realize that, I'm like, you know what? I'm always sharing. Y'all know I tell stuff that happened to me, right? I talk about the time I went to jail. I talk about the time I got choked out. I talk about the time I got punched in the eye. I talk about the time I had a car wreck and got 10 staples in my head. I tell this stuff because it happened to me. It happened to me, and it's my experience. And nobody gets to tell me that it's not okay for me to share. Like, no. And even if you do, that's how you feel. So don't push that off on me. That's you. I don't take on people's stuff. I don't. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. I can sit up here and share all of this stuff, and I'm telling you, people are gonna hear something differently. People hear from where they are. They hear how they think. That's what I know. They hear how they think, and a lot of times, hurt people hear differently. That's what I promise you. I know hurt people hear differently. And what I realized is the stuff that I was going through, it was bigger than me, and that's why I share. That's why I will continue to share. That's why I will continue to serve and help others, because it's bigger than me. I am here to help the younger version of Jennifer, the Jennifer 20 years ago, the Jennifer 30 years ago. That's why I do what I do. I want the things that I share. I want my lessons to be your examples of what not to do. Or even if you've done it, like I want my life to be an example of, you know what? Look at her. She is like, man, she turned it around. God turned her around. Her life is turned around. She's sharing. She's a woman of God. She's a coach. She's an inspiration. She's an influencer. She's just, man, an author. She's a teacher. She's a student. She's all of these things. She's not what she did. She's not what they call her. Man, listen. It's bigger than you. 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 That's why I show up every day. That's why I share, because it's bigger than me. The stuff that I went through, yeah, it was terrible. It was bad. But it made me who I am. I have no shame. I have no regrets for nothing that happened to me or nothing I did. Nothing. It made me who I am. The things that are happening in your life are shaping you. They're shaping you. I'm telling you, everything's happened for a reason. Everything works together for your good. Even if it don't feel good. I'm telling you what I know. This is my testimony, and I hope that it inspires and touches one person. That's it. I'm talking to that one person that needed this. I'm talking to that one person that feels like, you know what? There's more for me. There's more for me. God ain't done with me yet. He can turn my life around. He can turn it around. All I gotta do is let him in. That's it. And all I gotta do is forgive me. Oh, it's so hard to forgive you. But you can do it. It all starts with you. A lot of times we be in our own way and don't even know it. Coach J. Rose, I'm complete. This is my testimony. I stand on it, not in it. I will continue to share. I'm a generational curse breaker. I'm not going to do it the way they did it because that didn't work. Okay? You can't do it the way they did it because that didn't work. All right? Life is spent unlearning things that we've learned that are not benefiting us. So keep that in mind. Be blessed. Have the most amazing Thursday on purpose. Peace.